Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you've been subscribed for a while, then welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about a topic, and the topic is about being dark-skinned in this world. And you can be African, African-American, Afro-Latina, you can be Indian, Bengali, Aboriginal, whoever you are and wherever you're from. If you're dark-skinned, this video will apply to you. And if you're interested, then stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. So this video is not meant to be like your classical sob story and me telling you guys about how hard it is to be dark-skinned, because really it's not a crime to be dark-skinned. I actually really love being dark-skinned and I wouldn't change it for the world because this is the way that God made me. So basically what I want to come and tell you guys, I just want to encourage you guys. And if there's anybody out there that is feeling a bit low, because I know that people can be really, really rude and say things that are super mean just because of the way that you look. But please, these are just some words of encouragement and something for you guys to really think about. I'm coming at you guys with a little background story. So as you guys know, I am born and raised in Sweden, and my background is from Guinea-Bissau, and Guinea-Bissau is a small country in West Africa, and it's an old Portuguese colony. And there aren't many of us here, and to be honest, by the time when I was a kid, there weren't many black people in Sweden at all. So I did grow up in a multicultural area, so I grew up with people that had Turkish backgrounds, Arab backgrounds, and Eritrean backgrounds. Like, it was really, really mixed. So I'm really used to being around people that have different backgrounds and ethnicities and cultures as such. And as a child in my household, I was taught to love myself. I was taught to love the color of my skin. I was taught to love the way that I looked. But it wasn't until, you know, I started school and I got a bit older where people would, you know, point some things out like, Vanessa, you're black. Yeah, like I didn't know. I mean, I was born black and I live in my black body and I see my black self in the mirror every single day. And people would also question my beauty, like, and some people would even ask me if I could be white, would I take the chance to be white? But I always could go back to my mom and talk to her about it, and she was like, no, don't be bothered by the things that other people say because it has nothing to do with you. So, you know, sometimes I would feel a bit confused, such as like, is there something wrong with me or is there something wrong with everybody else? And also, like, when I think about it, when it comes to like media and stuff like that, watching TV as a child in Sweden around like the 1990s, really nobody really looked like me. Like, there was a very, very low representation of black women on television. So, you know, when it came to like beauty related stuff, like, I would never really feel included. And the older I got, I didn't really use makeup until my late 20s. But for me, it became the norm of not seeing people that look like me on television, so I kind of like accepted it. But I had black females around me in my life and everybody was so confident, so I think I took a lot after them. And when it comes to like the standard of beauty in the Western world, like the standard of beauty that is created in the Western world has infiltrated all other cultures. So in a lot of cultures, people are trying to look more white, but the funny thing is that now white people are trying to look more black or more anything else. Like, now it's a trend to have plump lips. I had plump lips back when I was born, okay? So I really don't think that having plump and full lips is a trend. It's something that people actually have naturally. But, you know, I can go on and on about that. But basically, if you think about it, there is a standard of beauty and not a lot of people fit into that. And because of this standard of beauty, or this ideal of what beauty is in the Western world, other cultures have actually been affected by that. So people go through measures like to kind of like mimic that ideal of beauty, which would be for Asians, I know a lot of people bleach their skin. I know black people bleach their skin too. Then you have people in the Middle East doing nose surgeries to make their noses look more narrow, and you got you got Chinese people or Koreans doing the double eyelid surgeries to make their eyes look bigger. So some people go through really extreme measures just to fit into this standard of beauty. But I mean, what is the point of us looking different? Like, God did make us all different for a reason. Like, this world looks so much more interesting with us being different. And I know that a lot of people like to say that, or there's a perception that dark-skinned people aren't classically beautiful, but that's some bullshit, because really, if you think about it, you are, first of all, you're hella beautiful, okay? You're hella melanated. Like, who wouldn't want to have a little bit of a tan? I'm just saying, people tan all summer to try and look a little brown, so I just see it as a compliment. I actually love being dark-skinned. I wouldn't change it for the world. But also another thing, like, this society actually profits from our self-doubt. So if you feel bad for, if you don't like being dark-skinned and you bleach your skin, you're giving that industry some money. So, you know, they're good. So they don't really care about the way that you feel. The more insecure you are, the more money they will actually generate and profit from the way that you feel. So liking yourself in this world is actually a very rebellious act. But now, when it comes to being dark-skinned, what I want to say is that don't waste your time on trying to convince people that, you know, that you're beautiful. Like, you don't need their validation. All you need is your own validation. Like, if you think about, you don't need anybody else's validation, because if you know you're beautiful and if you feel that you're beautiful, other people are going to feel the same thing as well. Okay, if you look at social media today, you can actually find a lot of Instagram pages that uplift dark-skinned women. You got dark-skinned women, more dark-skinned women on YouTube now than you had before. I will actually recommend some beautiful dark-skinned ladies here on my channel, because there are so many of us. And if you're a guy and you're watching this video as well, like, really, you do not need validation from anybody else to tell you that you're beautiful because of the way that you look. And if somebody tells you you're ugly for just because you're dark skinned, then they're very, very ignorant. And you know, they are so stuck in the ideal of beauty that the world has given to them, that, you know, they can't think any further. And that's really pure ignorance, if you ask me. Like, I just think it's weird. And then people can have their preferences or whatever. I really don't care. But, you know, if you feel like you're beautiful from the inside, that's really all that matters. Like, you don't have to think about anything else. You don't need nobody else's validation. You don't need the world to tell you that you're beautiful either. You just need to tell yourself that. And I have chosen to feel beautiful from the inside and out. The question is, what are you going to choose? What are you going to choose? Because people can say whatever they want, but they don't wake up by your side every day. Like, who are these people? If you feel good about yourself, like, this applies to anyone in this world. If you're in a good space in your life and you're in a good space mentally, you don't have the necessity to say anything bad about anybody else, because you're good. But if you have a miserable life and you feel bad about yourself and you want to be a hater, you're always gonna tend to open up your mouth and say some ignorant shit. And it's because your life is pretty shitty. And if you're one of them haters watching this video right now, get your life, okay? That's my advice. Get your life. Guys, this was kind of like an impulse video. If I'm drifting off when I'm talking a little bit, then excuse me, but I just felt like I needed to say something. And if you're dark-skinned, remember, just be strong, be proud of who you are, and it doesn't matter what other people say or what society says. That's some bullshit. They're all brainwashed, okay? Because if you're a true human being and you love yourself, you will love all other human beings around you as well. And it doesn't matter what they look like, where they're from, how they speak, whatever. You're gonna love them as well. So stay strong, stay black. If you like this video, then please thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to say anything or give me some feedback on this, then feel free to write it down in the comment section and I will reply as soon as I can. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care, guys. Bye.